Living in the 21st century. Joining me today is Robert Nichols from Boston Realty Group. Robert, it's a pleasure to have you on again. I see a lot going on in the real estate world now. I often wonder, how is the domestic aspect of it doing in terms of people getting their houses sold and buyer's market, etc.?
So, Errol, I'll tell you, it's been, quite the journey. During COVID, initially I anticipated that we were going to go into a recession, and how wrong was I on that? We've seen real estate values trend up tremendously, 20+%, 2019 to 2020. We also saw, even year to date now, over $6 billion worth of real estate is sold just in Boston alone from January until the end of September. And so the market is in a frenzy. It's extremely competitive, and still it's the same issues we faced before. If you're looking to buy, not enough inventory. And so with that said, I think for the foreseeable future, even going into next year, with the high cost of development, it's very hard for lots of developers to continue to build and justify the cost. So I think inventory is going to be an ongoing issue for some time until the commodity pricing comes down. And then I think we have to be very cautious on rates. I think when rates go up, that's when I think buyers will start to kind of pull back. But that has not happened yet. It's been a crazy journey, and as of right now, I think most analysts, Zillow, Goldman Sachs, and many others are predicting double-digit increases in the housing market for 2022.
How basically did the real estate market become fruitful to the point where there is still this big elevation in sales?
So I think with just rates being low, more and more people will opt to buy versus rent. And with a lack of inventory being out there, even if, let's say, we don't have as many buyers, I had a situation a couple weeks back where one of my friends, I was trying to help them acquire a home in Quincy, Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. And this particular home was only on the market around 3 days. And within 3 days, they had an offer deadline on Monday. They put it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 27 offers were submitted. My client was $50,000 above asking price. It was only listed for $399, and they still didn't get it. But one key thing as well, Errol, is in the climate we're in, even people facing foreclosure have equity. And it's unprecedented. We've helped many distressed homeowners over the years through short sales and loan mod. But right now what's happening is if someone has to, they just cannot pay and they have to leave, they actually can sell their home for a profit. And so I think when the market shifts, that's when we're going to be in trouble, because these same people will no longer be able to do that, and we're going to see a return to short sales, and we're also going to see a return to loan modifications. But as of right now, the banks have been more flexible, and then more importantly, the most distressed homeowners actually have equity in their home. So that's really what's created this high elevation in the real estate market.
Right. So those people who own multifamily homes and apparently was relying on tenants to pay their rents, where do that leave the landlord?
We saw firsthand many landlords suffered during the pandemic because of this. There were many tenants who abused the system and didn't pay, and it created a hardship. I was one of those landlords. I had one tenant in particular who gamed the system. Mm-hmm. She was a difficult tenant prior to COVID, and then when COVID hit, it was just that quick excuse that allowed her to feel justified in not paying. It did create some temporary hardship, but the rental market, for the most part, has recovered. I do have landlords now I speak to in the city and work with some of my friends who their rents have never gotten back to where they were in 2019 or the beginning of 2020, pre-COVID, but they're at a place where they can comfortably afford to carry their homes and continue to now kind of build their income back up slowly but surely. And I predict by the end of 2022, barring any crazy changes in the market, the rents will fully recover by then. But that's one of the areas that has not recovered yet, and landlords are feeling that pain in the short run right now.
Visit rlncompanies.com to learn the game.